What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 71 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Kroq-Gar campaign. So as we saw last time, Kanos-Kir and Oralican managed to see off the first of the Tzeentch vanguard that was sort of menacing the coast out here. The Endesnai has still 10 turns, but we're nearly done with this turn, and the prep must continue as well. And we also got ourselves another Skull Island, so a decent amount of money coming out of that as Furak and his temporary, well, not really temporary, I mean his army approaches closer and closer to Mazda Mundi so that he can act without having to worry about, well, having a weak and pathetic army. Anyway, and see what we've got left this time around in terms of battles, if we have anything whatsoever. I'm not entirely sure anymore. Chokamel, okay, you guys are waiting for Grimgor to see if he does anything interesting. We'll see about that. Delete, and that is about it. Alrighty, well, that means we have 80k money to spend, potentially recruits to do, and, okay, Skink Chiefs, I would have preferred you to be better, so I'm not going to deal with you right now. We still want some for Tehanawan, but meh. And, oh, right, do we want a Skink Priest for Tehanawan? Well, actually, it doesn't change much because we still need Skink Masters for him to power up those skinks of his, so either way. And we'll want to wait for those. Alright, let's begin those buildings then. Let's see what we're looking at here. Land of the Dead, another geomantic spire. Oh, look how cheap it is. 2k. Isn't that glorious? I love you materials at sea. Alright, and then we'll build the Temple of Xhotl here for more cash out of the Dragon Isle. It's getting... it's pretty okay. Could be better. It'll rise. It'll rise. Slaneshi giggle. Anyway, stone maker for you, that lodestone. Let's get a Grand Plaza and the Kroq-Gar labor district as well as another stone mark. Wait, no, as well as another Temple of Xhotl for you, mostly for the additional cash. Copper Desert. Geomantic Spire again, 4k here, a lot more expensive than the other places, but nonetheless that won't change matters. And we'll still build at Skink Barrios for more cash. River Curveza, Itza, you need the public order / money building. The old one, Monument, and now you need the Kroq-Gar Labor District as well, but we're not losing any of the military buildings here. We'll just wait until it levels up instead. Let's build the Floating Gardens here, and we're working on that Geomantic Pylon, and I guess we'll keep the rest for now. Verdanos, yes to the Grand Plaza, yes to upgrading Argalis to max, and we'll keep collecting income here in this weird little province. Semi-province. Old One Monument. We're still going to be better off using this province than giving them back the territory, let's face it. I'm actually not sure that the public order buildings here are better than the Temple of, than the Lodestone, rather. 2% income from all settlement buildings everywhere else might be better than the minor amounts it provides because of the lack of the main settlement. Yeah, but we do need public order here. So is there a place... okay, so here we can actually build public order and those, whereas here and here we could potentially delete it. You know what? Let's build them for now. Or wait. Here's the thing, we need the public order, the extra public order for additional research rate that we get out of the, well, massive amounts of public order. If we delete both of these, we suddenly lose 10 public order per turn, which is pretty darn significant. And a single one of these won't be enough, alas. I'm gonna have to think about that one. Maybe build one? You know what, let's delete this one for now and replace it with a temple, and then we'll see. Oh, we'll see. Anyway, let's continue. Piranha Swamps, yes to the Kroq-Gar Labor District. Mosquito Swamps, it's all swamp here. Let's do that. Noblar Country, money. And what is this again? Flayed Rock. Oh, right. It's, again, dependent on whether we actually keep Noblar Country. I mean, 1,000 gold. It's still yellow territory, which is still something of an annoyance, but... it is right beside the Dragon Isle, so I guess we can keep it. I guess, but the rest of the stuff is obviously going to go back to these guys. I don't know that we can hold it, which is kind of the problem. It's going to take forever to build anything. But we'll keep it for now. Let's say if we start losing it or if a bunch of enemies rush it, but we won't care all that much. Anyway, Old One Monument is going to be needed here, but so is the Geomantic Pylon, and we have Public Order out of the Morceau Valley, so we'll skip on that. Mine of the Bearded Skulls, well, you're going to need an iron mining pit, and ooh. Geomantic Pylon first, perhaps, while it's cheap via materials at sea, and the other stuff afterwards. And an Old One Monument for you. Estalia. Spice Trading Post, Culkin Plains, let's go for Public Order, the Skink Building, and whatever that was, Medicine, I believe. And then we got Insect Breeding Farm, Skink Barrios, and... oh, damn. Last episode I upgraded something to tier 5, but I didn't check if we had insect breeding farms. I randomly remembered that just as we built this insect breeding farm. And even though it was a long, long time ago now. Old One Monument for you, and keep building. Great Turtle Isle, despite being a yellow province, will probably be a decent money maker as well. At the very least because it has a port, but is also a tier 4 settlement province. Anyway, Jungle of Webs, let's go for Pottery, the Lost Valley. Upgrade Subaton. And these livestock pens here, barrier idols, Gorgazan. Oh, we haven't been upgrading you, but we need to because we actually want to get the iron mines, even if we don't care about Death Gorge. Actually, we may as well upgrade the... I was about to say Skink Foraging Camp, but you know what? I think we can leave you alone because we don't care about you. This is what I was talking about. You're at tier 5 now, so we don't need this or this. And in fact, we may want to build another better defensive structure at Misty Mountain, as it's highly likely to get attacked. You're gonna have to be careful about Lamia falling to the massive number of Clan Moors armies spawning as well. Anyway, Tilea, you, let's upgrade Lucchini first, and then Rifrafa second. Why that way? Because those were the first ones I saw. Skink Favelas for you. Growth here is pretty significant, so we don't have to worry too much about it. And yeah, this is coastline, but hopefully nobody comes here. I'm not gonna bother with the defenses. Grimtop. I'm not sure we're keeping you as opposed to giving you to allies, so we're going to ignore you for now. Ivory Road, you we are keeping. But we're about to lose the Valley of the Horn, or Valley of Horns rather, so we can actually cancel this. And this, to retain the money. And upgrade the Lizardmen Plaza here in Karak-Krakatoa instead. Lastly, Warpstone Desert, we're also not keeping that, so we are good. And we do have a little bit of money remaining. That money will be spent by Recruiter Locke to do something. Ooh, wait, actually, we need to spend it on two things. I guess starting with Recruiter Locke, who will build more Pterodon Riders with Fireleech Bolas for cheap. We're going to head back, since we just... ooh. I was about to say back to the Alignment of War, but next turn we can upgrade the Geomantic Pylon here, so I think we'd rather save it. We're going to do that. Then, for Mr. Grimgor, or to prep for Mr. Grimgor, you, Copperaf, are going to get A, the Blessed Carnosaur, for insane amounts of money, B, the Geltblom's Terror, and C, the Shredder of Lustria. And there we go. Nice little dino army. These guys will probably eventually be replaced by regular Basties, as I think those will go nicely there. Now, what can you do? Blessed Spawning of Huan Chi, the bleed will make you do a lot more damage, and by the looks of it, that's probably the best pick. Well, Perfect Vigor is actually also really nice on this. I do like the idea of the stock on a Carnosaur, though. Perfect Vigor or Blessing of Huan Chi. You know what, let's try Blessing of Huan Chi for now. If it starts looking like it's too fragile, we can always swap it out. Alrighty, you wait there. And let's see how the Shredder and the Carnos can handle those giants. Hopefully Grimgor takes the Valley of Horns, and then we can attack him there without him being capable of running away. Either way, that's it for this turn, so we can skip the rest of this. Outpost available? Heralds of Ariel. You have the Temple of Adayoth, but what's the likelihood you actually hold it? Pretty negligible, I would say. In fact, you know what? I haven't taken a look at this in a while. Do we have missions from anybody other than the Citadel Dusk? We do not, but we may as well take it. Let's go... What's the likelihood we get Nubzub? Wait, where is Nubzub? I don't see Nubzub. This is Grimgor. The heck? That's weird. I'm actually curious what this will do. Wait, could Nubzub be the leader? It's the leader of his, Wa. Wow, what the heck? I did not know you could get a quest to attack the leader of a Wa. That seems odd. As opposed to Grimgor himself. Not like it matters, but still odd. Outpost upgrade available. That's with who here? That's with you guys. Oh, we do want this. But we don't necessarily need it right now. We're still waiting or saving up a decent amount. And oh, also, what do we get here? 26, 32. Yeah, it's too little. 35. We could build one decent unit and not any good units. Nah, I'm gonna take a little bit more time before we get any allegiance or sufficient allegiance to do anything. Skip, and end the turn, and let's see what everybody does. Where can we get attacked? Well, let's find out. Let's find out where we can get attacked. Ally mobilizes towards settlement. Well. Looks like Ironbrow's actually doing something. Northern provinces want a military alliance. Counteroffer. Actually, you know what? Yeah, just do it. I was about to take their money, but you know what? Take it. Also, they're already in shambles, so that's not going to change matters, and we were already in defensive alliance. And also, I think means we should have probably checked our diplomacy last turn. As not doing so was the reason that we missed that military alliance. But anyway, let's see what everybody else is doing. Is that a full stack back there? I see a Wolfhard army. I can't see whether it's a full stack or a no stack. And hello. Underway interception. Alright, I can't say I was expecting that, but no, we're going to decline this. I wonder where he went. But no, we need the others to fight this. I'm gonna hope that he's near us, because it looks like he is, which means we can attack him all at the same time. That's actually better than the underway interception. Wait, so are you telling me that he completely ignored the settlement? I cancelled those things for nothing? Oh, wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. Undercity discovered in Castle Carcassonne. Why would we care? Thanks for letting us know, but it's not in our territory. And hey, upkeep reduction for Saurus and Temple Guard. And that's swell. This is not a full army. That's also swell. Swell things be happening. And Morathi did not fall for Mazdamundi's ploy here. Maybe we should just attack. Maybe I should have just attacked him last turn. You know what? I'll think about that. But for now, Grimgor jumped towards us. So we're going to make him pay for it. First of all, we have the sequence of Saurus Invigoration, and now we're going to continue moving through this line. I think there's nothing else that we really want to build here, so yeah. Sequence of Greater Spawn, or Guardian Spawning, rather. And Grimgor. Not the best position, my friend. You're gonna go here. You're gonna go here. I'm gonna have some nice little reinforcements. And you're gonna go here. Maybe I should have put all these guys in one army, but it's too late for that. And... wait. Can these guys all actually reinforce, or is there a limit on the number of armies? Oh, I think there might be a limit on the number of armies. That means you're the least important, I think. Damn, I don't remember if it's 4 or 3. Wait, okay, you know what we'll do? We'll attack here, and if it's... Okay, 1... No, they can all help. Okay, good. I was gonna move them away. Alright, well, this should be interesting. And Grimgor himself's gonna be a toughie. He has the Immortals, his personal guard, and a decent amount of other black orcs. The giants are gonna have to face off against our own big boys. I don't know how this will go. I have absolutely no concept of how this will go. Fascinating. Here we go. Alrighty, excited for this one. That is a nice shot. The Shredder of Lustria and the Slan with those glowing lightning eyes, the lava flowing down below into the underway. And yes, you guys have been asking for these Dread Saurians, and at the very least, we now have the Shredder of Lustria on the field, and damn well are we going to need it. Oh wow, look at that. I didn't know that it's the runes and the gems and whatnot on it actually glowed like this. It's fantastic. Like a light show at a concert. Lovely. It's so like neon and stuff. What a great model. And, oh wow, they got all this fantastic glowy stuff on top of the howdah as well. Man, that must be a very uncomfortable howdah, though. Look how they just sort of shake in every direction. Those must be some extremely dizzy skinks. Anyway, that's the Shredder of Lustria. Then we have the two Carnosaurs, one Blessed and then one Geltblom's Terror. You have a purple sort of stripe, purple and green, I think. Yeah. Ooh, quite nice. I like the coloring on the Carnosaur's head, and what, you're blue and yellow, eh? Alright, you're all good boys. You all get pets. From a distance. Alright, there we go. Anyway, now it's time to speed it up. I honestly have absolutely no clue how this battle is going to go. It's a little bit of a weird army. We're using a lot of these Feral Cold ones, which, let's face it, are tier 1 units and rampage and are fragile and are not particularly good in a fight. However, we have those elites to hopefully take care of the enemy elites. 3 giants, the Immortals, the other Black Orcs, and Grimgor himself. Will we be able to pull this off? I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Anyway, everybody's gonna march forward down the underway. I don't know that this is actually a good thing, in the sense that we will not be able to run around the enemy army and get the Feral Cold ones at least hitting the more fragile units, but oh well. And what can you do? Hopefully it won't be a huge deal. Alright, Reviv Crystal, we're definitely gonna need you, and otherwise we're going to peel away and rush forward a little bit with the two Saurs. One on that Cold One mount, or Horned One mount, and the other on the Carnosaur. Let's rip apart a few of these snotling pump wagons, any cab that dares to fight these two. They are both perfect spawn after all, so we're not too afraid of them and getting into a little bit of a skirmish. I don't imagine that the enemy is going to react all that much to only these 2 units. And it's very appropriate and historically accurate to, well, just lorefully accurate and historically accurate to open up major battles with skirmishes. Ooh, nice stomp from that Carno, taking out 2 more pump wagons. And these ones are gonna book it on out of there. While the Carno continues to fight. Okay, it looks like the enemy is actually decided to approach. We've kicked the anthill, as it were, and so we're going to back off. I really didn't think that they would all try to go after us. Here comes a giant. But if the giant's going to attack us here, it's isolated enough that we could probably do a decent amount of damage to it, even while the enemy is here. Otherwise, the rest of the army is drawing near, as well as in our army, and while we have taken about a 1/3 HP damage on Kiko Aka here, it's not so bad, especially with the Reviv Crystal on approach. And wow, that is a big brazier. Really? Okay, what is the scale? They built a brazier that's like the size of, I don't know, hundreds of units. Interesting. You gotta love that underway, and here we go. The Chameleon Skinks are going to enter the fray first, followed immediately, rather. I was about to say soon, but no, immediately by those Cold Ones. A elite Carnosaur, a special Carnosaur, has arrived, and the giant is going to have a fairly bad day as several Carnosaurs try to go after it. And here comes another one, as well as a Shredder of Lustria. They're closing in on him. It's a feeding frenzy, folks, as that giant is going to get brought down super quickly. Fantastic. Alrighty, well, if we can focus them down like this, we should have no problem with the rest of the army. And well, with one giant down, here comes another, citing all those Carnos. Perhaps it wanted to play, but this is probably not a place that it wants to be. Anyway, the rest of our army is moving in. The balance power still remains at about half HP, or about half and half, but not all of our army is yet engaged. 4 of our Feral Cold Ones, the ones that are specialized to do damage rather than be a little bit more defensive, have managed to find a hole through the enemy lines and are thus going to try to loop around and hit the enemy ranged units and, generally speaking, the backs of the enemy army. Grimgor has waded into the fray with Trolls the Giant and not his Immortals or Black Orcs, as those guys appear to be over on this side of the map fighting all of our Chameleon Skinks. I think this unit of Chameleon Skinks, or Stalkers rather, is the most damaged by virtue of this giant attacking it. But you know, I'm fairly impressed with how well the Chameleon Stalkers, in combination with the Feral Cold Ones, are doing. They're still very much alive, both of them. Oh, there's our Koalan training. I always forget this guy's name. Oh yeah, just Rourke. I think I upset him. Anyway, the dinos are all trying to mob this second giant, and I think this thing's just about to be done. And the Shredder of Lustria is even trying to get through the line here. Otherwise, the bounce power continues to creep in our favor, about 60% now, getting a little bit of support from the Slan as well all this time. And the Slan is just sitting back and casting all those life spells. Repeated life blooms and various types of heals have made sure that Kikoaka is nearly back up to full HP from being down by half. And we're looking pretty good. Black Orcs are not yet in trouble over on this side, but as we can see, all the minor units, the Orc Boys, the Goblins, are getting ripped apart by the Chameleon Stalkers, and I'm sure the Fire Leech Bolas as well. 24k damage. Extremely respectable. We are going to... Let's see, where's Grimgor? We're going to next, after this giant, try to surround and kill Grimgor, though honestly, with all those giant dinos in one place, it's a little bit difficult to see exactly what they're doing. Ooh, I like the transfer of the weapon from one arm to the other. Also, I love this guy's weapon. Alrighty, well, since it's difficult to see with all the dinos in one place, we're going to allow the Carnosaurs to continue working on the giant and on Grimgor, who's down here somewhere. There he is, while the Shredder of Lustria peels away and heads towards the last enemy giant. The skinks on top of the Howdah fire down with their blowguns as the Shredder of Lustria just moves through all those Black Orcs and heads towards the giant. Ah, yeah, it's finally here. Oh, look at this glorious menace. Menace to Orc-ciety. Alrighty, unfortunately the Black Orcs are blocking it off a little bit from getting those hits in, but it looks like the Giant's already at about half HP, and this Shredder has 20,000 HP. How much does the Giant have? About 16,000. Yeah, I don't think this thing has much of a chance. In fact, it looks like the Giant will drop to half and then simply run. And the Shredder is far, far too much for it, and also does a respectable amount of range damage. Otherwise, it looks like Grimgor is about done, having been surrounded by the Carnos, but also a bunch of Skinks and our single Horned One Rider, which has done swell again. Actually, having seen the performance, down goes Grimgor. Having seen the performance of the Horned One riding Saurus Scarvet, just out of curiosity, you're at 17k, nearly 18k damage and 56 kills versus, okay, Kikoaka's got considerably more for the Carnosaur, though Kikoaka has also taken a lot more damage as well. Anyway, with that, the battle ends, but we are going to chase the enemy down as they will survive. The Shredder brings down its own giant. That's a nice little morsel for it to feast on. But there are other giants, and then looks like the other giant gets brought down by the Carnos as well. Oh, actually, it only gets knocked down, but probably not for long, as another strike should take it down. Let's watch the death animation, and then we'll speed through the rest of this. Man, what a fantastic fight. And there we are. I really enjoyed that. Alrighty, well with that we get to speed up the rest of this as we do our best to chase down whatever enemies we can. It looks like while we did take a decent amount of damage, at least on some units, probably Stalkers and at least some of the cold ones, it really wasn't so bad. Obviously, the fact that we had constant Life Bloom and Earthblood going really helped to keep everybody in maybe not tip-top condition, but healthy enough so that our damage isn't all that bad. I also really like this lava area, or this lava portion of the Underway in general. Or anyway, apparently a close victory, but damn was it worth it, and what a fantastic fight. Even if I am still annoyed that we had to peel this army away from hunting down Dark Elves, but, you know, there will be time for that. Alrighty, not too bad at all. Certainly didn't take as much damage as I thought we would. The Shredder of Lustria dishing out at 27,000 damage to the enemy and 21k and 32k on the other two special units. All did very respectable, though the Shredder had to essentially leave the battle for a little bit while it made its way to the other giant so that it could take it out before it did any more damage to our skinks on one of the flanks. Either way, I am very happy with that performance for these guys. We are going to once again take, I guess, the money. We're still gonna lose materials at sea, so we still do want that cash. And Koparav gets the armor and armor-piercing damage, but funnily enough, he probably doesn't want that, and he also, you probably don't need that sort of stripe. You can keep the Diadem of Power, though. We should get that buff instead on either Cho'Kamel or Kikuaka. You're both perfect spawn, but Kikuaka's at a higher level. And you're still on your cold one for another turn. I mean, once again, it doesn't really matter who we put it on. Let's put it on you, I guess. So everybody else move up. Let's defeat Grimgor here, and then we can get back to moving where we were moving earlier. I do want everybody to be nearby just in case the auto-resolve decides to screw us. Hopefully it doesn't, like, take all the HP from the Shredder of Lustria, because that would be incredibly annoying, but certainly wouldn't be the first time. Alright, like so, and then everybody together like so. Decisive victory and low casualties. Alright, let's hope we don't get screwed. Doesn't look like anybody's gonna die from this. On resolve, and let's see what the losses are. 127, still a little bit too high, but the big boys are not harmed, which is great. We're gonna take the money yet again. Alright, swell, absolutely swell, and you guys got some items, and Cho'Kamel has his reward war coordination target lost, getting decent amounts of reward here. I will swap items around before the endgame scenario really begins, which will not be right now though, obviously. I just want to save the rest of these items. Anyway, that's nice. That's real nice. That is Grimgor's army. Now just left to wonder whether we should in fact move this army down here, but now I still think we probably should. We probably should. If we could just take, like, Blood Peak and a few other territories and then transfer them to our allies, maybe they can hold them, though they haven't been doing, let's say, a great job at it so far, or at least thus far. Anyway, Azag the Slaughterer is here. I'm going to move Hydroxy/Pyroxy up here, in March stance, mind you, to around Grand Peak. We'll see what Azag, if anything, does about this. And we do have our allies nearby, and we do gotta help everybody out against all this. I can't believe we're still left to fend for our allies, essentially, while we're still waiting to do the actual endgame scenario prep, which is where we should be. Anyway, you're gonna go right here, and Corliss, you're gonna transfer the troops as necessary. And we also need to move... Where are you, little skink priest? Should be one down here somewhere. There you go. Another NG Benki. Alright, Corliss, transfer please. Right there. Maybe I should have done it the other way around to see, but too late now. And you can take these guys, which will leave you space for 2 units. One Saurus Scarvet. You are no longer needed, Corliss. Goodbye. One Saurus Scarvet and one potentially... Oh wait, no. One Saurus Scarvet and one Regiment of Renown, which I guess we're gonna have to move up to Uatek to get. Actually, can we even get the Regiment of Renown right now? What was its name? Looks like we cannot. Alright, so possibly a few more turns. In fact, let's also take a look at you guys. Skavenbane. That's kind of funny, but causes terror is kind of useless on these guys, especially specified against the Skaven, so sad as it is, we're not going to be using a Skavenbane for this, so recruit, and a goodbye to you as well there, friendo. Kroq-Gar, are you near anybody? There was a full stack here at Nanli, but they've left for Wengchang. I wonder if they'd stay here, or whether they tried to reclaim Shrine of the Alchemist. Either way, we're going to send you up to Nanli. That doesn't change that. And we're going to auto-resolve that as well. Good, auto-resolve has not been hurting our poor dino thus far, or at least in the last couple of battles like this, so we're okay. Occupy the place, and hey, another admin. Always nice to get. And then you can move down to Wengchang after and keep taking territories back from Tzeentch until we're done with them, and then start taking territories from the Skaven instead. It looks like we won't be able to destroy the faction for good before the endgame scenario armies spawn, and Kroq will be out here alone. We just really need to get him the second Basti from these guys. Also, since... Oh, there's a plague here. Palsy, eh? You know what, let's let it run its course. Oh, I was going to transfer these units to the to this army as well. Well, the Chameleon Stalkers work decently well there. Huh. And now I'm just thinking whether that needs an adjustment, but if it does, it'll have to be adjusted next time, as we are once more out of time, and I'm going to have to call the episode here. Next time we move whoever else needs to move, and it is a fair few. I think we're done with battles in this particular turn, but we will be approaching these guys, and ooh, let's double check. Minus 18, damn you! Why, Xhotl? Why are you like this? Who hurt you? Which, ugh, just unbelievable. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Still more to go. We got 9 more turns to prep. If anybody has any ideas for any specific preparations, do let me know, but I think we are going to most definitely get a few more of these follower flyer armies, as they are very cheap. 131, very, very cheap, and they can provide nice support to main armies as they hold settlements. So, now that's the plan for now. We'll see if it survives contact with the enemy for another little while, and ooh, Chameleon will also be going up here. So that'll be fun as well. Anyway, more lizards to come, so stay tuned. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.